Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I'm actually uploading this on both my channels. I have quite a few channels, but I'm uploading this on my Demoji, which is my stationery and planner channel. And I'm also uploading this to my personal channel, which is Angel Persephone 377. That was my original channel that I would upload these videos on, so I just felt like it should go up on both. So whichever one you're on, welcome. So this is the 2024 Samhain 2024 through Mabon 2025 Sabbath planner and journal for the Northern Hemisphere, and it is out right now. This is my proof copy. I still haven't received my actual author copy, the one that I'm going to be using for my own planning yet. So please excuse this line right here. This won't be on your copy when you make your purchase. This is what the back looks like. It is beautiful. I absolutely adore the illustrations that I've used this year. We have the seasons here. We have winter, spring, summer, and autumn or fall. And yeah, it's quite thick this year. It is significantly thicker than the previous year's version, which is this one at the back here. That was the 23 to 24 edition, which looks like this. It is still available if you like the artwork, and maybe you want to just grab this to use. You can change the dates and stuff. And then of course you just ignore this. You can like paste over it and stuff. Then this one is discounted now on Amazon. But the current version that we are looking at, and I'm going to give you a tour, is the new one. So I have some tabs right here for the pages that I want to show you, but like I did last year, I'm going to show you the entire front and every page in the Samhain section, and then I'll show you some various pages in the others. So when you open it up, you just have the title page. We have the copyright info with an actual ISBN this time, so that means you can use the look inside feature on Amazon. We have, as always, a little letter from me and just a quick photo, and then here I've just listed some changes, and then we have the contents page. The contents page this year has numbers on it, so I've numbered all of the pages, and yeah, just the contents page. You'll notice there are a few additional new sections. There are recipes, and there's a ritual, and I will show you in the Samhain section. So here we have the beautiful illustrations for Samhain. I think it's just so nice. Samhain is usually my favorite Sabbath for the illustrations when I do these, but to be honest, I absolutely adore all of them, and I will show you a preview of all of them. So new this year, we have a quote and a beautiful image on the left hand side, and then we have our Samhain intentions this year. We have more questions here. Normally we have, I think it's 3 questions, and they repeat for each of the Sabbats. This year I made sure that they are all different. So we have the first one is the same throughout each of these Sabbats, and then we have 3 Sabbat specific German like prompts, intention prompts, and then the same again at the end. This is going to be the same for all of the Sabbats. Then after that, we have the astrology chart as usual with the major aspects already pointed out for you. But new this year, we have a astrology kind of guide section. So again, I talk about what is actually going on here, and I give you some usage for the energy for that specific Sabbat. So it's not a lot of overwhelming information, but it's like fairly in depth. And I think it's quite nice to have this as well. Then we have, as usual, the home decorations and the crafts. So you can like plan out your home decorations, or you can stick pictures in of the things that you ended up doing. The same with the crafts. You can use it to plan any crafts that you're doing, a shopping list, things that you want to buy for the Sabbath. And then you can paste in or even tip in some photographs of your finished crafts. And then we have the nature observations. I believe it was just 1 page last year, and now I've made it an entire spread. I think it's really nice. So you can, like, my intention for this section is to actually go and sit outdoors in nature in the park and then just write about what I saw, maybe take some pictures and paste them in. I think that would be a nice, fun thing to do. And also, the seasons are not going to be the same every single year. Some years it's going to be slightly warmer, some years it's going to be raining. So I think this is a nice thing to have a record of. This is a new section, so every year I'm planning to do some sort of recipe. This year it's drinks, so warming brews, refreshing elixirs in the summer, things like that. So we have a little recipe here. This is the Samhain's witch's Samhain cider. So you have the ingredients and how to put it together, and down here as well, very nice little section here, the magical intentions. So it actually shows you and points out all of the ingredients and why we're using them. So, for example, apple cider represents abundance and the harvest, cinnamon adds protection and warmth. So, we have this little section which I think is really nice. And then we have a section for feast. So if you're planning to have a special feast on your Samhain celebrations or whichever Sabbath, then you can maybe either write down the recipe, what your plans are, or how the feast went and what you actually had. And again, you can tip some photos in. And when I say tip in, what I mean, I'm just going to show you with one of my sticker sheets. What I mean is you can like put some tape or washi tape just along one edge, and then it just becomes this kind of little pocket or door. That way you can get more things in. So instead of like pasting a whole thing and then only having a small amount to write, you can just do it like that and then you can still open it up. So that's what I mean when I say tip in. I think I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of that. I didn't want to provide too many pages because, as you can see, it's already a super thick book. It's already 250 pages. And the more pages I put in, the more expensive it is to manufacture. So I wanted to keep costs low. And although this year's edition has got significantly more pages, I think it's an additional roughly 70 pages, I still kept the price of the planner the same, even though it obviously cost more this year to manufacture. And then we have a beautiful image here. I have quite a few pages, like decorative ones throughout the planner. I just feel like it adds so much more and it just makes it look really beautiful. And personally, I just can't wait to use this. And then here we have a ritual. So every Sabbath, every year is going to have a different ritual. So next year in the recipe section, I plan to do like sweet treats, baking cakes or cookies or something like that. And then in the ritual section, it will be a different one next year in the next edition as well. But this is the one for Samhain. So of course you can choose to completely ignore this and not do it. Any pages that you don't want to use, that you want to just omit, what you can do, of course you can just like cut the page out, but then you miss the back side of the page. But what you can do is you can use it as like a vision board or just a place to place all of your photographs and your memories. So, if you don't want to use this or if you really don't like this image or whatever. And then we have the Samhain altar. Um, I used to have these really bold squares where the intention was to paste your photo in. I got rid of those. They were just not nice, actually. They were just too bold, I think. I'll show you what I mean. Like these. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. It was for the digital version. And then I think it worked for the digital, but not so much for the printed. This looks a lot softer, so I just left it, and you can draw or paste in your Samhain altar, or you can just use it to write, make notes and stuff. There is a lined section here, but you have that. And then we go straight into the Samhain ritual. I just gave you like a little starting point here, date, time, moon, phase, and moon sign. But of course, you can white those out and use it for whatever you want. So we have 3 pages for the Samhain ritual, or for every single ritual. All of these sections are exactly the same as far as the layout is concerned. What changes is the imagery, obviously the Sabbath and the year if it needs to be changed, and also of course the astrology is different, and the recipe and the rituals are different, but the layout is all the same. I changed this from tarot spread or tarot cards or whatever, just a 3 card spread, because you may want to use um, oracle. And then I have a little section here for any other type of divination that you might do, scrying, astrology, whatever it is. So there's that. I did remove the prompts. If you remember in the previous section, we did have some prompts on the 3 card spread section like this. I got rid of this because I thought, again, this worked for the digital where you could actually paste a photo in on top, but it just doesn't look very nice on the on this version. Of course, you can stick something on top, but it just doesn't really look very nice. So all of this information is actually at the back. I included a new guide, and I'll show you that at the end as well. After that, I adore this section. This is my favorite section, I think. This is your gratitude and journal. So the gratitude is a new section, but I put it together. And this is the page that I'm going to be showing you in every single Sabbath because I love the image that was used here. I made sure it was like a nice cozy one where you can imagine sitting in the scene and doing your journaling. So again, here we have, I believe this is the same. This top one is the same for every Sabbath, but all of the other ones are different journaling prompts. They're all gratitude prompts, but they are different and they relate to the specific Sabbath. So there's 5 in total. Well, there's 6 in total, and then this first one is the same. So it looks like this. Of course, if you want to continue journaling, then you can just either tip in some additional paper or you can just continue in your own personal journal. And then, so that was the gratitude section. And this is the actual blank pages for the journaling. Previously, I only had 3 pages, I believe, for the journal section. This time, the lines are closer together, so there is more writing space per page, but also there are 5 pages now. So you get this final page that I include a nice scenery in, and then you jump straight into the next Sabbath. So unlike last year, this is not a blank page. I just wanted to utilize all of the pages, and I just felt like there was no need to have a blank page. Now you can actually see the transition. I like this. Let me know what you guys think. So every Sabbath, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you this page and then the gratitude and journal like title page. So this is the illustration style for Yule. I think it's beautiful, very, very cozy, just very traditional. The gratitude and journal page looks like this. So again, you can kind of imagine yourself sitting in this little scene, and here are your gratitude prompts. Again, these prompts are all different. They're not the same as the Samhain ones, with the exception of this one. And then, of course, you get your journaling pages. So the next Sabbath we have is Imbolc. So this is your final page in Yule, and then you jump straight into Imbolc. Again, beautiful illustrations. I absolutely adore it. This is the gratitude and journal. So here, even though it's cold and snowy, you can maybe sit outside with a cup of cocoa or tea or coffee. And I just think, with a blanket, and it just looks so nice and cozy, even though it's outdoors. Next, we have Ostara. So this is the last page for Imbolc. Like I said, I did a scenery for the last page in the journal section for every Sabbath. And again, super cute. Love Ostara, one of my favorites as well. This is the gratitude and journaling section. So just imagine sitting out there. I just think, I don't know, it's just so nice, like the beginning of spring. And then the last page for Ostara is this lovely scenery, and we have this stunning Beltane scenery right here. The gratitude and journal section for Beltane, again, we have this nice outdoor seating area. The last page for Beltane is this beautiful water scenery, like in a park. I just want to be there. I don't know where this is. I don't know if it exists. I want to be there. I also want to be here. This beautiful tropical beach for Letha. I use like a tropical theme, and I just think it's stunning. So this is the section that has the brightest, the most saturated colors, but I think it's fine because it's like high summer. And then the gratitude and journal. Again, imagine sitting out there with a nice cocktail. I just think, you know, this is the life, isn't it? I just love it. Oh, and the book, if you press it down, it will sit flat. Like, you know, um, not as flat as like some books that are meant for that, but I think it's quite good. Plus, it's quite big, so being quite a big book, I think also lends itself well to being able to sit down flat. I think this is a 10-inch by 8-inch, if I'm not mistaken. And let me just, I'll do a comparison with some other notebook sizes in a moment. So that's the last page for Letha, and then Lunasa. This reminds me of Italy. I really like it. I think it just reminds me of summer in like Italy or somewhere in Europe. Very nice. Again, we have this outdoor seating area for Lunasa. And then we move on to the last page of Lunasa and Mabon as the leaves start to fall in autumn. Very cozy looking scene. And again, the gratitude and journal. I don't know why I didn't choose a seating area for this, but I like this. I mean, you could just sit there on the front porch. I think this is really very, very sweet. So yeah. We come to the end. That's the final page for Mabon. So you can see here I included a guide. So it's just very basic stuff, but I did include the and the 3 card spread, you know, just some ideas for what you could be using. Of course, you can use all of your own ideas. I put Demoji there. I just had to. People just need to know about him. He is the cutest demon in town, and everyone just needs to know. Look how cute he is at his altar. And then just a thank you section and letting you know that the planner, the next one, will be out around Lunasa. This one was slightly later than I had intended, but next year I'm hoping the 1st of August is when it will be out. So just a very quick size comparison with some books that I have. The closest size, this is a Stalogy. It is a B5. So the height is exactly the same. Actually, the Stalogy is maybe a fraction taller, just very, very slightly. And it's roughly an inch smaller. I would say that's about an inch, maybe just under an inch. So that is a rough, a rough size guide. This is a 10 by 8, so 10 height, 8, and that's in inches. This is my A5 planner from Sterling Ink, and this is it compared. And then we have a B6 Stalogy, which looks like this compared. So it's quite a big book. Let me know if you guys think this is too big and if you want a smaller version for next year. But I feel like it's that kind of workbook size, and it's not something that you would probably be bringing with you and using on a daily basis. It's like, a few times a month maybe. So I feel like it's good, and it's also a keepsake. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I will leave the links in the info bar below for where you can get this on Amazon in the UK, the US, Europe, all around different continents and countries. You can get this in the in Australia and New Zealand, but this is the Northern Hemisphere version. If you are adamant that you want to get this and use it, there are 2 options. You could either get this version, maybe you want to cover this, and then you would start, if you're going to start for our Samhain, then you would start here in Beltane, like halfway through. So this is where you would start, because Samhain for us in the Northern Hemisphere is the equivalent of Beltane in the Southern Hemisphere. So you'd want to start here. You can erase the what's it called, the date, and then you can get rid of the date up here as well and just change it. And the only section that would be irrelevant to you would be the astrology, which I can near the front. So this page just wouldn't be relevant to you in the Southern Hemisphere. So again, you can use this as kind of a blank space where you could stick your photos and make it maybe a memory board of your plans and your thing. The other option as well, on August the 24th, it is my shop's annual sale. It's going to be 24% off on the 24th for 24 hours, 24% off the entire store. It's Demoji's birthday sale. And on that day, I'm actually launching this as a digital version. So the digital will be a little bit cheaper as well, be a bit more affordable. And with the digital, if you get an app like GoodNotes, you can actually move the pages around, like physically move them around. So they're in a different order for you. Again, you can, you know what, I will show you what to do when I launch the digital version, by like how to cover the dates and everything, or you can just print it off the digital and then you can reorder it yourself. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support, everyone who purchased this last year and everyone who is intending to purchase it this year. I really, really appreciate um, every single customer, because I'm not even, I wouldn't even call myself a small business. I'm literally a micro business in that I like, I'll be honest, it's a struggle to even break even every month. So I absolutely appreciate this. I It takes me months and months of planning to make this book, and I really, it's for a small number of people. It's a very small number of people. Fortunately, it doesn't cost me too much to make these because I have them printed with Amazon. So I just want to say that I really appreciate you guys so much, and thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.